Listen up. If the last thing heard was that putting all your eggs in one basket is suicidal, but now everyone's yelling, diversify your portfolio like it's the holy grail, it's time to get real about what that actually means. Diversification isn't some magic shield against failure in venture. It's not just throwing cash at every shiny startup or jumping from one pitch deck to another, hoping something sticks. That's how most people waste time, energy, and capital. And if you're tired of seeing your hard work diluted, your returns mediocre, or worse, your investments turning into dust, that frustration is justified. The problem isn't that you lack options. It's that you're approaching diversification like it's a checkbox on a spreadsheet, not a strategic weapon. Here's the brutal truth. Portfolio diversification only helps if it's smart, deliberate, and ruthless. It's not about quantity. It's about how you pick and combine winners with calculated risks that actually complement each other. If you stack up similar deals or rely on the same market trends, you're just building a house of cards that'll collapse at the slightest shake. If every investment ticks the same boxes, say tech startups chasing the same market slice, you're not immune to failure. You're just spreading your bets on a slowly sinking ship. Real diversification means digging deeper, stepping outside your comfort zone, and connecting dots others miss. Stop smoothing out your risks with surface-level variety. Instead, build a portfolio that's layered, across sectors, across stages, and across geographies where others sleep on opportunity. Combine startups with radically different business models and business cycles. Yes, this means you have to lose some deals, walk away from hot trends, and back founders who rattle your brain, not just your fears. It means choosing investments that act as counterweights, so when one stumbles, another pulls the overall value upwards. This is not easy, it's messy. But the payoff? It can turn gut-wrenching roller coasters into a controlled ride instead of a crash. Diversity at the portfolio level also means going beyond startups alone. Look for ways to layer in alternative assets that behave differently in market cycles. Private equity, real assets, strategic partnerships that feed your ecosystem. That's how you build a fortress, not a tent. And the biggest edge? Align yourself with co-investors and partners who push you out of the echo chamber. If everyone in your circle thinks the same way, you're risking collective blind spots. Find contrarians, experts outside your lane, people who challenge your assumptions. Bring them in, listen, and act on insights others ignore. This is not about playing safe and hoping to survive. It's about taking control of your outcomes by forcing clarity, knowing exactly which risks you're carrying and exactly why. Pretending diversification fixes failure is just cowardice dressed up as strategy. You need to own the brutal math of wins and losses and craft your portfolio like a scalpel, not a sledgehammer. So here's the order. Stop chasing diversification as a buzzword. Start dissecting your entire portfolio right now. Identify overlaps forcing you into the same failure modes. Cut those dead weights consciously. Hunt for real variety. Different sectors, stages, founders, and geographies that balance each other. Build relationships that push your thinking and bring new perspectives. Layer in assets that act differently when the market tanks. Then, reinforce mental discipline to refuse deals that thrill on paper but offer nothing new strategically. This is the way to build resilience that wins in venture. Not by blindly scattering bets, but by owning the architecture of your portfolio. By mastering this, founders, investors, and leaders break free from the endless cycle of frustration and sheer luck. They engineer outcomes that aren't just possible, but inevitable. The difference between surviving and thriving in venture is whether you treat diversification like a lazy rule or whether you make it your secret weapon, built with care, courage, and relentless focus. Every second delayed, every half measure taken, you risk sinking deeper into failure. Act now or keep running in circles. The choice is clear. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit the featured link to discover more.